Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
And we are the Yahuwah and the Torah channel. All right, Eli, who'd you say you were? You almost, what'd you say?
I don't know, honestly.
You stuttered. You didn't know your name. That's amazing. Incredible. All right, well, we are all here. I think Eli just rolled out of bed, but that's all right. Perhaps. Maybe his engine isn't quite going yet. But we are here, and we thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. This is a small little reading. We are the family that believes what, Joe?
We believe that the laws, statutes, and commandments are for all times, all generations. The laws, statutes, and commandments are the first 5 books of the Bible: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And we believe that they were never put on the cross. They were never done away with. They were never put away by any man or any disciple, and that the Messiah followed them. And our Messiah is the son of Elohim. He is not Elohim. His name is Yehoshua, is what we call him, because there's no J's in Hebrew.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And we are into the book of Isaiah. What you're looking at before you is you're looking at the greatest English translation of scriptures that are still available. This is a special print. We don't know if there will be another print. So what you're looking at is a very large book. It's 6 pounds, 7 ounces, 7 pounds by the time it makes it to you guys. It's 3,153 pages. It has 3 different bookmarks that are amazing. And it's 14.5 font. Is that what it is? It is a large font, guys. You can see this thing across the table. For those who have any kind of vision problems, this is a fix to all of that. And for anybody that just wants to read this in mass or just read it comfortably, this is probably the best book that's ever been delivered. And instead of the 66 books that are there, it's got 103 books. It's got the full Apocrypha. So all of the books that the powers that be, the Catholics, the Protestants, all of the people we can't even mention on YouTube right now, that they've pulled away, they have been reintroduced back into this. And so you guys will have all of the old stuff and all of the new stuff right before you in one book. And for every scriptures you guys get, you're able to help us minister to these brothers and sisters in chains, and allows us to get scriptures into them and helps us to buy stamps, and continues on with a very good ministry that is popping off and doing very, very well right now. And we thanks to everybody who has purchased Yah Scriptures, to anybody that's looking for a pen pal, somebody that wants to do some work for the kingdom and is dedicated and motivated. Definitely hit me up. We have all sorts of things. It takes a little bit of work on your side to get it going. We will walk you through absolutely everything to get you linked in, dialed in with the right people ready to minister and fish for men. If you're interested in that, email me at jboss008@gmail.com. All right. Anybody, give me a quick breakdown of basically from the days of Saul to where we are at the moment. Anyone? Eli. Get your motor running. Oh, that's a Satanic song. Can't sing that. What's that?
From Saul?
Yeah, give us some Saul. Break it down, son.
Alright, so we had Saul. He was basically called king because all Israel wanted a king. He got chosen. He was good at the beginning. Then he started going downhill until he started sinning over and over and over. And then the new king got appointed, which was David. He was good. He was a good man in Yah's own eyes. He was a good man in Yah's... The man after Yah's own heart. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I mean, you said it right. I mean, he was a man after Yah's heart, is how it is. Okay, so we have King David.
He was a good king. He was good all his days, and then his son Solomon. He was good at the beginning, but then he went downhill. He started doing witchcraft, started getting a bunch of wives. It went bad from there. Yahuwah decided to split the kingdoms because of him. So 2 went to Yahuwah, or 2 went to David, and then 10 were just Yisrael, with a whole another king. And both kings have just been bad the entire time. And what king are we at now?
Well, we are in Isaiah's times, and we have Uzziah, Jotham, Achaz, and Hezekiah. Were the kings on Judah's side, and then the other side we have a whole grip of them from Jeroboam 2.
Yeah, so most of the kings on Yisrael have been bad. There have been a couple of good ones over here and there, like Hezekiah. He was good. Then there did keep saying, and now we are getting prophecies on. We had prophecies of Yisrael being destroyed. Now we're having prophecies of other countries being destroyed.
Yes, and I actually went out and did a little bit of research, so I got a map. so this makes some sense. Now, this is what we're talking about right here, I think, is these little tiny towns right over here on the edge. I think is what we're looking at. Tyre right here and Sidon. Okay, guys, you guys want to see this for this side? Gather around. Gather around. Okay, pulling out just a little bit. Okay, see where everybody's at. So this is Yisrael, and so they are, I believe. Now, of course, we are not experts in any of this, but I believe that we're talking about this. So, everyone ready? Okay, this is who's doing it. Is that Leo?
Yeah.
Okay, so Leo is being aggressive. Thank you, Leo. Yes, he's getting petted, but he's having some issues, and he will continue to throw a tantrum. And yes, dogs throw tantrums just like children throw tantrums, and just like men throw tantrums. All right, here we go. The message concerning Zor. Howl, you ships of Tarshish, for it has been destroyed without house, without harbor. From the land of Kittim it has been revealed to them. Be silent, you inhabitants of the coastline, you merchants of Zidon who passed over the sea. They filled you. And on the great numbers, the grain of Secor, the harvest of the river, was her increase.
Say great numbers, great waters.
Oh, did I say numbers? What did I say?
Numbers.
Oh, okay, thanks. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let me try that again. 3, and on great waters, the grain of Secor, the harvest of the river, was her increase, and she was a marketplace for the nations. All right, so here we are. We're talking about the waters, on the great waters, the grain of Secor. So hold on. I'm going to go see if I can find Secor right here. I think it's up here. I don't see it in this one or this one. Let's see. See, there's Sidon and Tyre. So this map shows them as much bigger areas, I think, than the other map, but I think that gives a rough idea. All right, so continue on. Be ashamed, O Zidon, for the sea has spoken, the stronghold of the sea, saying, I have not labored, nor brought forth children, neither have I reared young men, brought up maidens. Like the report of Mitzrayim, they are too grieved at the report of Zor. Pass over to Tarshish, wail, you inhabitants of the coastland. Is this your city of revelry, whose antiquity is from days of old, whose feet carried her far off to sojourn? Who has counseled this against Zor, the crowning city, whose merchants are chiefs, whose traders are the esteemed of the earth? Wow, these guys seem like some really important dudes for a very, very small little area.
Yeah.
But it's like everything. It's like the coastlines of California and the coastlines of New York. Those places are extremely wealthy because they get all of the ships that come in, all the docking, all the taxes, all of that stuff. And so it's a lot like this. And so when you have a town that is on the edge of a river, people have to come through and they got to pay to play. Okay, continuing on. What was that, 9?
Yep.
Yahu of hosts has counseled it to defile the pride of all splendor and to shame all the esteemed of the earth. Overflow through your land like the river, O daughter of Tarshish. There is no more strength. He has stretched out his hand over the sea. He shook the reins. Yahuwah has given a command against Canaan to destroy its strongholds. And he said, never again shall you exult, O you oppressed maiden daughter of Zidon. Arise, pass over to Kittim. Even there you shall find no rest. See the land of the Kasdites. This people did not exist. Ashur founded it for wild beasts of the desert. They put up their siege towers. They demolished her palaces and made her a ruin. Howl, you ships of Tarshish, for your stronghold is laid waste. And in that day it shall be that Zor is forgotten 70 years, according to the days of one reign of the sovereign. And at the end of 70 years it shall be to Zor as in the song of the whore. Take a lyre, or lyre as some people say, go to the city, you forgotten whore, make sweet playing, sing many songs, so that you might be remembered.
All right.
All right, there we go, guys. That's the song of the whore.
Probably shouldn't be saying that to us.
Yeah, well, there it is. But it's so the end of 70 years. So basically, everything is destroyed, right? They say it's laid waste for 70 years. Anyone catch any of this stuff?
Yeah.
What do you guys catch with this?
This is Judah.
And what's the 70 years, right?
Judah, getting taken into captivity. I think.
But it's interesting that these guys are part of this. Now, do you think these guys were part of Judah, or were these guys separate? Because instead of it being a tribe of Israel, I mean these are like towns, people.
I think he's specifying people specifically because of like how great some of the cities and their like witchcraft and their temples were back then. I think like some of those places were greater in sin. So like this place needs to change, this place needs to change, this place needs to change.
And do you guys think this was the tribes of Yisrael, or was this like some dudes that just controlled?
I think Zor is part of Yisrael because the way they talk about Zor and Zidon, so I'm pretty sure Zor is like somewhere inside of Yisrael.
So these guys are getting independently judged for these things.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Huh.
Remember, Yehoshua talks about Zor and Zidon, how they didn't repent, but Sodom and Gomorrah will have less of a beating than them.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Okay, here we go. And at the end of 70 years, it shall be that Yahuwah visits Zor, and she shall return to her hire and commit whoring with all the reigns of the earth on the face of the land. All right, so it sounds to me like after
7 years, they did not learn the lesson.
They didn't learn the lesson. They continued on, and they hire and commit whoring with all the reigns of the earth. Okay, 18. And her goods and her hire shall be Kodesh for Yahuwah, not treasured nor laid up. For her gain is for those who dwell before Yahuwah, to eat sufficiently and for a choice covering. That's interesting. It goes from all of that to the very end of that. And what do you guys make of that?
Well, it seems like at some point, Yahuwah, like, they come back to being Yahuwah's children.
He takes the evil and he like uses it for like good.
Yes, somehow he is able to either tax the people some way that Yah taxes the people, and gets what he needs for his people, or I don't have no idea. So, anyone else have anything on this?
Not really. Just be an obedient child. If you're not an obedient child, this could happen to you.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the map again because I don't know whose map is right because every guy's map is a little bit different. So I'm just focusing in right here, and so according to this dude's map, this is actually some very large area. Like this would, in comparison to what we're looking at. So, but it's definitely on the Mediterranean Sea, and the Mediterranean Sea is not that big because it goes from like coast to coast right there. All right, well, everybody, I hope you guys are following along with this. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for being a part of our reading. Much love to you all.
All right.
Shalom.